Clap twice if you can hear me. Clap 3 times if you can hear me. Awesome job. You guys are on point. Yeah, I like that. Good listeners. Good listeners. So, my name is Torrance.
My name is Thurman.
And so I'm so glad that we can come talk to you guys today. When Ms. Jennifer told me we had the opportunity to come speak to y'all, I was like, that is absolutely amazing because I love doing this. I absolutely love doing it. So we're from not too far from here. I went to Dutchtown High School. Anybody from Ascension Parish? Yeah? Dutchtown for life, baby.
Dutchtown for life.
Let's go.
I was Dutchtown for life. You was Dutchtown for life. All right, cool. Got a couple future Dutchtown people in here. That's all right.
You guys are cool in my book. All of you are cool in my book, but you Dutchtown people especially will be.
So we're going to tell you a little bit about ourselves and I guess what we do. I say we do 3 things. One thing is music. We do a lot of moving around, traveling with that. Got the opportunity to meet probably some of your favorites and maybe do some work with them. We've done a couple of those things. We also have a nonprofit, and that's kind of like a give back arm of what we do. And so with the nonprofit, I just want to say it's very important to give. Like, not just don't wait till you get 30 or 40 and have your families. It's important to do what you can right now where you are. So that mindset kind of made us start our nonprofit and to give back. And so what we do is that we work with Crawfish here and we help facilitate lessons for some kids that are underserved. There's some kids that are your age or younger that may not have the background and the things that you have growing up. And so what we do is that we partner together and then we make sure that they have swimming lessons and we make it cool for them and all that good stuff.
So the third thing that we do is that we have a business, and so what we do is we help make companies look cool. How cool is that? So we do everything from, we call it visuals and verbiage. That's just fancy words for saying that we help make them look cool. So we've worked with some of your favorites. What's some really cool ones? Anybody heard of Lululemon? Make a lot of cool yoga stuff. Work with them. Lincoln Motor Company, the car company. Done some cool stuff with them. So a whole bunch of different people. Today we came to talk to you guys about one word, okay? And I need you to repeat after me. Everybody say respect.
Respect.
Say respect.
Respect.
Okay, so
it's kind of a buzzword. I'm not gonna lie. Like, even when I hear it now, I put my mindset back into some of you guys' age. How old are you? Like, we got some 10-year-olds. What is it? 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds. We have any 8-year-olds? 8, 9. All right, 7, 8, 9. 10. Okay, I got you. So I'm putting my mindset back into like your age groups because I'm not that far older than you guys. You know, how old do you think we are?
24.
16. I'm not 16.
25.
You're close.
24.
Close.
26.
26. All right, 26. Gotcha.
nobody
26.
guesses 26 for some reason. That's a crazy
I don't know.
thing.
Right? It's a random number.
That's usually
All right.
the last one.
So I remember when I was you guys' age, and I used to think about the word respect. It was kind of like a buzzword, which means like it would trigger something else in my head, and I'd be like, oh, respect. And I think of like disciplinary and stuff, and I think about ISSP. You guys still have ISSP in school? I don't know what you call it
Place where
now.
they take you to school when you do bad stuff, and you got to sit there all day and do suspension.
Yeah. I think about detention and all that stuff. And so that's what I thought about. Yeah, in school suspension, exactly. That's what I thought about when I thought about respect. But now, I'm 26 now, so I haven't done everything. I haven't done all things, but I've done a few things. So it's like, I think back now, I was like, man, respect is something that's foundational.
Anybody know what foundational means? What does it mean? No, it doesn't mean weird, but I like your enthusiasm. I like that you weren't afraid to guess. So I'm going to tell you, everybody say foundational.
Foundational.
Oh, yeah, that was terrible. Say foundational.
Foundational.
Okay, that is perfect. So I'm going to tell you what the word foundational means, okay? So what foundational means is that, you see, what are we in right now? We're in a building, right? So in every building, even in your homes, they have something called a foundation. Everybody say foundation.
Foundation.
So
Now they don't build the house before the foundation is laid, right? You don't build. Have you ever seen a house being put up? You ever seen a house being put up?
ever seen guys building a house? Yeah.
Yeah, you have? Okay, cool. What? All right, so those that have seen a house being built, what's the first thing that they do? Come on, tell me.
We just said it.
All right.
Oh, that's
They designed it. They designed it
That's
first.
key,
Okay,
key.
that's a
key.
good one. I like that
We'll
one.
go there in a second.
I think you got it. What is it? They level the ground, okay? They level, that's the first. What's the next thing that they do? After they level the ground, then they put these wood things up on the ground to lay what? The foundation, the concrete, the cement, right? This building that we're standing on right here has a great foundation because it's so tall, it has a deep foundation. You have never seen a house without a foundation.
That's key. So I'm gonna put a peg right there, okay? Now, somebody said something very, very important, okay? Somebody said something very important. Now, building is actually, I would say, the second step. Everybody say second step.
Second step.
So the first step was actually the planning part, okay? Now, the reason we're not talking about the planning part is that all of you guys were planned on being here, whether you know it or not. You were planned on being here.
We were planned on being
That, and you're planning on actually being in this program, ExerFit. Everybody's in ExerFit, right?
ExerFit.
We're in the summer camp. So your parents or guardians, they plan for you to be here, right? So that first step of the equation is already taken care of. The design, the plan, okay, that's number one. You said that, I like that answer. Plan, okay, great. We're planning to be here. That's out of the way. So the next step is the reason we're here for a reason. We're not just here to just spend time and waste time. We're here to learn things and to pick things up. So again, I'm gonna go back to that main word. Everybody say foundational.
Foundational.
Awesome. So in every building, even in the one that we're standing in, has a foundation that it's laid upon. Now, respect is something that is foundational. Okay, now, scenario. What happens if we build a house? It could be beautiful, be absolutely amazing, have everything you want in it. In the garage, you got 2 Bentleys and a Rolls Royce. You know, you got everything that you want in it. But what happens if that house doesn't have a foundation? Okay, well, let's just say if it's a big house. Say if there's plenty of room, but there's no foundation. It will collapse.
It will collapse. Why does it collapse? Because the ground's always moving, the ground's always changing. But that foundation is the one thing that doesn't move. It's that one thing that doesn't change. So we're talking about one word. What's that R word that we're talking about?
Respect.
Respect. So respect is something that is foundational. Respect is something that you learn now. You want to learn respect at the age you're at now. You don't want to learn respect when you're 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, because at that time you don't have too much leeway.
Because at that time and age, when you don't know respect, when you're like my age, and 19 and 20, you know what happens to you? You go to jail. That's what happens. When you have no respect for the rules that are in place, have no respect for the boundaries, then you're going to go someplace you don't want to go. So I'm going to tell you guys a quick story about us. And it happened when I was about 16 years old. And I didn't have respect for some rules that were in place. So it was about 2 days before Christmas. All right, let's see, 2 days before Christmas.
2 days before Christmas.
2 days before Christmas.
2 days before Christmas.
Okay, so it was 2 days before Christmas, right? And what happened was we started hanging out with a lot of the wrong people, right? Hanging out with people that I really shouldn't have been hanging out with, but you know, I thought it was cool at the time.
People that smoke cigarettes.
They did a lot of that stuff. Let's just say that. So,
Took drugs.
yeah, some of them did. Some of them did some stuff like drugs and stuff like that. Basically, I had no business hanging out with these guys, but you know, I called myself hanging out with them. And the next thing that I knew, you know, I was doing something that I knew was wrong. So we were in the mall around that time, 2 days before Christmas, and I picked up a bad habit of stealing things.
Everybody say, ooh.
Ooh. Not good at all. So we started stealing things. And so what happened was I started losing respect for the value of things, because how my mind started working was, well, you know what? Why would I buy it when I could just steal it for free?
So you see how that cycle goes. That's what we call a vicious cycle. A vicious cycle. So how that cycle went, so losing that respect totally changed our mindsets about things. And so once we started doing that, it just kept going. So eventually, we're back to 2 days before Christmas, right? 2 days before Christmas. So I'm gonna go back 2 days before Christmas, going in the mall, thought we were just gonna do the same thing that we got accustomed doing. But guess what? We got caught.
We got caught.
We got arrested We got arrested and put on probation and all this crazy stuff. But that's the way that we had to learn respect. So at that moment, I was like, wow, this is crazy. I'm never doing this again. First of all, this is wrong. This isn't right. This stuff belongs to someone, and I'm taking from someone. I have no business doing that, and that is completely wrong. So once we learned that lesson, that was the hard road to learning respect. I wish I didn't have to do that, but I am thankful at the same time because I learned a valuable lesson. But you don't want to learn the hard way.
So in life, there's two things that happen. Everybody say two things.
Two things.
Say two things.
Two things.
So there's two things that's going to happen, guys and girls. Either you're going to listen. Eyes on me, eyes on me, eyes on me. Either you're going to listen or you're going to learn. There's two things that's going to happen. Either you're going to listen. Everybody say listen.
Listen.
Or learn.
Or learn.
Now, the key is this. The reason that they brought us in to come talk to you guys was that we're talking so that you guys can learn to listen, right? So that I want you guys to listen. I don't want you to learn the hard way, like I did. And I had to get handcuffed and paraded around the mall in handcuffs, and I had to call my mom, tell her I got arrested. It was a terrible situation. But anyway, two things are gonna happen. Either you're going to listen or you're going to and trust me, you do not want to learn the hard way.
Now, I'm just going to be real. I'm going to be real. I'm a realist. Some of you guys are going to have to learn, and that's okay. Some of y'all are going to have to learn. But for the majority of you guys, I want you to know how important it is, how much time it saves if you just listen. If you just listen. So respect. Everybody say respect.
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 Some of y'all not saying it. Respect.
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 All right, so respect doesn't start out there. It doesn't start with how you treat somebody else. Respect all starts with how you see and your mindset about yourself. Because respect starts on the inside, it doesn't start on the outside. So you have to have some self-respect and some respect for yourself in order to give it to somebody else.
Why? Okay, put it like this. Listen up, guys. If I respect myself enough to know that, you know what, I don't like to be in trouble. I don't like to be put in timeout or whatever happens. I don't like being punished. I don't know who does, but I don't like that. So you know what, I'm going to respect myself enough to do the things that I need to do so I can stay out of those situations. Make sense?
How many of you guys do you like when someone doesn't listen to you? Like, have you ever had talking to your parents and they may be on the phone and they're talking and you're like, hey mom, hey dad, hey, and they're just like, they're acting like they're not hearing you at all. How many of you guys like that? Have you ever been, who's ever been ignored before? So how many of you guys like to be ignored? No, it doesn't feel good. I know, especially being young, sometimes you do feel like you're ignored. So nobody likes to be ignored. So when you don't listen to your counselors, we don't listen to the people that are here to make sure that you have a great time, to make sure that you do it safe, and to make sure that you have fun. When you don't hear those guys, that's just like you ignoring them. So why would I do something? Look at me, all eyes on me, all eyes on me. Hey.
Eyes up here, eyes up here.
Why would I do something to someone else that I don't like to be done to me? I don't know, it doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense. Why would I make someone else feel the way that I don't like to be feel?
Why? I don't know. It's something that you guys got to think about. So the key is this. We're not going to keep you guys all day because I don't know how much time I have. But we're not going to keep y'all all day. But if you pick up anything, I want you guys to listen and know this, okay? Respect is a foundational thing. He said himself, if the foundation is not in place on a house, it is going to collapse. So that's what's going to happen. If you don't pick this up now, if you don't realize how important this is now, later on in life, you're going to learn like I did. You don't want that.
It's so simple. It's just listening.
It's easy.
It's just listening to your counselors. It's listening to the people that are here, like I said, to make sure that you have a great time. And they know they're not telling you to do something for no reason. They're telling you to do something for a reason. And I know, especially, I think this probably started with my age group of kids when we were young, we wanted to know why. Like, it wasn't good enough anymore to be like, mama just to tell you, all right, well, do this because I said so. And like, all right, well, why? So the why is very important, but you need to understand that everything that is being told to you is for a reason. I'm going to give you the why to everything right now. Why your counselor may tell you to do something. Why they may say, hey, be quiet. Hey, stand in line. Hey, don't do this, don't do that. Why is so that everyone, not just you, can have an amazing time. That's the why to everything right there.
That's the why. So if you realize that your counselors tell you to do certain things, they say, well, you know what? Don't run down the hallway. Don't climb on that right now. It might not be the time for it, but the key is this. They have to look out for every single one of you, right? They have to look out for every single one of you. And so the first thing that comes to that is safety. I'm going to say, you know what? Don't throw the ball in that direction because I might have some little kids that can get hit in the head and might get hurt. I might say, you know what? Don't run down the hall because somebody might have just mopped and you might slip and fall and bust your head wide open. There's a key and there's a reason for this. The reason they tell you, you know what? Watch yourself when you do this. Well, try to be a little quiet because the reason they might say be quiet is because what they're telling you next might be very, very important that you might need to listen to. Because again, if you don't listen, you're going to. If you don't listen, you're going to. All right, and they don't want you to learn because when you get learned, that means you get punished. That means you get sat out. That means you can't do some of the things that you really want to do.
So, like I said, again, guys, respect starts on the inside. You know how it feels to be ignored. You know it doesn't feel good. How aggravating is it when you want somebody to listen to you? You want somebody to hear you, but that person is choosing not to hear you. Even what you say may have something to add value to what they have going on. It may be something like, hey, I need some help. It may be something like, hey, look, I just want to say something. Remember how that feels, and then take that, something that you know from your personal experience, and then apply that to everyone else, from your person to your friend next door to you, to the person you sit next to the person on this side of the room, to this side of the room, whether they're younger or older. Apply that to your peers, and then apply that to the people, the counselors who are here to make sure that you have an amazing time.
So, key is this: treat other people how you want to be treated, right? And remember, respect is foundational. Say respect.
Respect
is foundational.
Is foundational.
Respect is foundational.
Is foundational.
And if we have no foundation, the house is going to collapse. So someone really quick, you young lady, yes you, yes you, yes. Tell me what foundational means. Yes, it holds the house together. It is the very most important thing because without the foundation, nothing can stand on it, okay? Really simple. So I want to thank you guys so much for your ears because you listen, right?
You guys listen really good. Really,
you guys listen really good. You listen a lot better than I thought you were going to listen.
You guys have any questions for us?